So to draw this shape, we're going to start by selecting the line tool from the draw menu. It's going to click on there to select the line tool, and with the line tool active, it's going to come back over to the viewport. Now I'm not going to click to start my line in a random position. I'm going to type in 30, 30 to set the start point. So with those coordinates in place, I'm going to press enter, and we can see that the line starts from that coordinate position. I'm going to drag out in a vertical direction, and I'm not too worried at the moment about the length of this line because I'm just going to drag out that vertical distance and type in on the keyboard 75. That's my first length, and we can see that there is our first line. Now I'm going to come across to the right, and you can see that as I move in a horizontal direction, the cursor snaps to that horizontal line because I have my polar tracking set. You can see down here in this menu that the polar tracking option is activated, therefore it will snap to either vertical or horizontal positions. So dragging across to the right, I'm going to set the value to 35 on the keyboard, press enter, and there's my second line. Now the line tool is a continuous sequence, so I'm going to drag in an upward direction, type in a distance of 30, and then back to the left. Now I could type in another value of 35, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the cursor down over this point here. I'm not going to click on this point, I'm just going to hover over it, and you can see the object snap endpoint marker is shown. I'm just going to drag now up from there, and the inference, the intersection of those two points, the vertical and the horizontal, is chosen. I'm just going to left click to select that, and that now sets that line, that horizontal line, with a unit of 35. And I'm going to drag up to set this line as a 45 distance, come across to the right, 35, press enter, and then I'm just going to right click to end the line sequence at that point. So that's the first set of line segments drawn. Now I'm going to draw the second set, so I'm going to go back to my origin. Now I could do exactly the same thing here. I could go up to my line tool, set my start point at 30, 30, but actually I'm just going to press enter on the keyboard because that's going to repeat the last command that I used, which is the line tool. So I'm going to press enter, and the line tool is invoked again. Now I'm just going to come down here and snap onto that endpoint. I'm going to click, and then I'm going to come across to the right here, type in 100, press enter, making sure that I get this horizontal direction exactly right. Move up in a vertical direction, type in 25, press enter. Move to the left, type in 30, press enter. Up 25, press enter. And then again, I'm just going to select this polar track from this point here. Now I'm going to move up until it snaps to that imaginary intersection of those two points. Left click to select that. I now know that that line is exactly 30 units to the right. Horizontally come up by 75, press enter. Now come across to the left. Now on the drawing here, on the sketch, there are no dimensions shown on here, but we don't need to know those dimensions because again I can just come up here, track down from that point where the intersection lies. I can left click to select that point, and then just back up to this final point here, left click to select that, right click or enter on the keyboard just to end that sequence. And there is the completed shape using the line tool.